Good evening, everyone. The declaration of Jesus in the Gospel is an invitation for us to unite with God and with each other in a relationship. As the Father sent me, so I send you. Receive the Holy Spirit, whose sins you forgive are forgiven them, and whose sins you retain are retained. John 20, verses 21 to 23. St. Paul refers to this in his first letter to the Corinthians in encouraging unity as a pillar of forgiveness that takes root in a relationship with God and with each other. There are different forms of service, but the same Lord. There are different workings, but the same God who produces all of them in everyone. 1 Corinthians 12, verses 5 to 7. Today, we celebrate the solemnity of Pentecost, which, in many ways, was the culmination of the mission of Jesus. The word Pentecost in Greek signifies 50 days after Easter. In Hebrew, it is reminiscent of Shavuot, Feast of the Harvest. Here the Jews commemorate in thanksgiving the harvest done 7 weeks after the feast of the preparation of the yeast. Through the years, Pentecost has always been associated with the feast of the giving of 10 commandments at Sinai and the covenant of God with Noah and Abraham. Hence, Pentecost has been associated with the celebration of covenant, unity, and thanksgiving. Communion, participation, and mission, advocated by the Church's call to synodality, are essential to the covenant, encouraging all Christians to live this thanksgiving and unity in their lives. This unity is not necessarily to act and think alike, which are not possible, but to act and think in harmony. Unity is never a question of equality, but of harmony. And this harmony is characterized by what St. John Paul II champions as complementary. The acceptance that there are things which others do that can help me grow, and things that I can do which can help them grow. The Spirit is an agent of harmony. For this, Christians must be thankful. And God bless you.
Brothers and sisters, we are now commemorating the solemnity of the coming of the Holy Spirit, or the Pentecost Sunday, the day when the Holy Spirit descended on the disciples and the church was founded. The Spirit came upon the 20 disciples in the form of tongues of fire and transformed them into the true messengers of Jesus. Once they received the Spirit, they went out boldly and preached to all in Jerusalem and elsewhere. On this day, Jesus wants us to know the freedom of living in His Spirit. This feast is the culmination of the Paschal mystery, where Jesus fulfills His promise of sending the Spirit of the Father and the Son on His disciples. This feast also indicates that the Holy Spirit is an ongoing reality who will be with the church forever, and who will touch our lives every single day. We celebrate this day to recognize the gifts of the Holy Spirit, realizing that God's very life, breath, and energy lives in all believers. The Gospel tells us of the happening immediately after the resurrection. Jesus suddenly appears to the disciples, gives them peace, and gives them the Holy Spirit. With this, they get the power to forgive sins of people and reconcile them. The declaration of Jesus in the Gospel unites us with Him and with one another. As the Father has sent me, so I'm sending you. Receive the Holy Spirit, whose sins you'll forgive will be forgiven, and those sins you not forgive will not be forgiven. It's a challenge for us, brothers and sisters, to receive the Spirit of the Lord, to receive the Spirit of Jesus, the Spirit of humility, the Spirit of forgiveness, the Spirit of openness to the promptings of the Spirit in our lives. Many things are happening in our lives, in our families, in our communities. Have we opened then to the workings of the Spirit? Have we allowed ourselves to be disposed in accordance to the workings, to the promptings of the Spirit in our lives? Then this feast of the Holy Spirit at the Pentecost is always a challenge for us. As the disciples were locked in the door because of fear, frustration, disappointments, hopefully we would unlock the doors of apathy, doors of dissatisfaction, doors of contentment, realizing that the Spirit of the Lord is a Spirit which unites, is a Spirit which frees us from the bondage for slavery and oppression, and especially from sinfulness.